Hello, friends. My name is Loteba Harris. I'm with Home Concept Services Home Care. We're going to be continuing our topic of when is home care needed, right? Sorry about that. We're going to be continuing our topic of when is home care needed. This has been a continuing topic. I believe today is episode 9 or discussion 9, if you rather say. If you want to check out our previous discussion, please visit our YouTube channel. In the search bar, just put Home Concept Services LLC and we will pop up. We are your neighborhood home care located in Philadelphia, PA. In the 19136 zip code. If you want to learn more about us, please visit homeconceptservices.com. So let's get into it. What are we getting into today? Today we are going to be discussing loneliness. I think you guys saw this coming, right? With a pandemic, with COVID, loneliness prior to COVID, actually, loneliness in the senior population have already been an epidemic. It have already been our big discussion in the industry, right? Especially in our senior population. We try to find a lot of activity for our seniors to do, but they don't always get to do that. Whether it's due to lack of transportation, it's due to having a family member escort, or is due to lack of having the right caregiver to be able to support you in this thing. And now you're talking about loneliness with a pandemic. We're not going nowhere. What can we do? We're locked up. Well, thank God for the COVID vaccine, right? Thank God now they have something, at least something in place to help us get through it. So eventually we're going to open up. But even if we don't, we have to have the hard discussion. How does loneliness really affect the senior population? Now, we have some seniors that stubborn is not the word. Stubborn is not the word. We don't want to use that word. But we have some seniors that would rather live on their own, that would rather live in their homes, which they have the right to do, that don't want to live with their children. So now they're in the house and there's nothing to do. Thankfully, we have some great individuals out there that are coming with all type of games and fun activity, or even your local senior centers that's coming out with online activity for you to do. I know the Northeast Older Adult Center have an online bingo. They have an online painting with the twist, or an online drawing art session, or yoga laughter that they do. So they have really fun things for you to be able to do virtually that won't make you feel lonely. Because what does loneliness do? Loneliness taps into depression. If you have a senior who is not going anywhere, who is not doing anything, who is constantly in the house, and you don't even have to be a senior. Do you remember how tedious this pandemic was from the beginning? You don't know me, but I'm one of those ladies who go. So from the beginning of this pandemic, I felt like I was locked up. I felt like I was trapped, as I'm sure most of us did. So, but imagine that being your life before the pandemic. That's what we're talking about here. This is something that's been going on in our senior population for years now. Now we're just trying to bring awareness to how lonely our seniors can get and what effects of those loneliness. So the number one thing that affects our senior population is loneliness, followed by depression. If you cannot think about any way to empathize, think about what you went through during the beginning of this lockdown, how trapped you felt. So if you're a family member, this is something we just want to bring to your attention so you can pay a little more attention. You can be more empathetic. You can try to find a way to involve grandmom, granddad, or mom and dad in things that you do, whether it's checking in with them. Our seniors are very bright people. If you show them how to do the little face sign, just hit the green button on the iPhone, I'm sure they can do it. If you show them how to do the Zoom, I'm sure they can do it. We can do a telehealth where we call and check in with you to make sure how things are going, to make sure you're all right, to do a virtual or a telehealth medication reminders and such fun things. But you use your resources. There are resources out there that are having virtual sessions to keep our senior engaged, and let's try to use that as much as possible. So just to recap, our senior population are really affected by loneliness before the pandemic, during the pandemic, and after the pandemic. This has been an ongoing conversation about loneliness. So we're just coming to the family and asking you to be a little more empathetic, to try to involve mom and dad more into what you do, whether it's going to the grocery store, to going to the doctor's appointment, just calling in and checking in a little often on what they're doing, how they're feeling, and getting them into some virtual activities by just taking the time to show them how to activate these activities. But if you can't do it, this is when you call your friends. This is when you call your neighborhood home care to be able to assist you. Once again, I'm Loteba Harris with Home Concept Services, and I'm so glad we get to have these chat. I hope I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.